What's up, guys? It is Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and it's Flex Friday. Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. I'm excited. I keep complaining about it, but my protected plays are only $5 now, and it's not as exciting as it used to be. But still, there's a lot to get into. We have a really exciting weekend ahead of us with football, and we got 7 games on today's slate, January 10th, Friday. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop us a comment, drop us a like. And if you haven't caught the news yet, we started our own channels, and it's been awesome for our schedules. Just been killer. Jordy and I being able to just like put out our plays with a lot more freedom. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go check out our solo channels. Are you on my screen, Jordy?
No, let me hop over there. There we go.
Sorry, I'm kind of doing this out of order, but yeah, this is Jordy's channel. It's just at Jordy BDFS, and he already has plays out that he put out last night that you can go check out. And I've got my channel over here. It's just my handle, just at JRussoBDFS, and I've got plays that I put out this morning. So we're continuing to do our day show. And the regular channel will run just like it always has, but we're just able to provide extra content for you guys, and it's been awesome. So go check out our channels, make sure you subscribe, and let's start talking about today's plays.
Let's do it.
So for today, on PrizePicks, I'm taking Al Horford over 11.5 points, rebounds, and Kyle Kuzma over 2.5 assists. This is a little bit different across the different platforms. I'll break it down when I'm breaking down my plays, but for PrizePicks, I'm going Al Horford points, rebounds, and Kyle Kuzma assists. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so for me, I'm taking Jaylen Brown over 17.5 first half fantasy score on PrizePicks. For the other apps, you can get his Jaylen Brown's regular points is what I'm going to be pivoting to on other platforms at just 21.5. 22.5 is as high as I would go on the points, but other than that, I am also going with Gary Trent Jr. for over his points at 7.5. So feeling good about those two lines for sure.
All right, yeah, sounds good, man. I'll just tell you guys my pivots as well. So on Underdog, I'm able to get what I really want from Al Horford, which is the 4.5 rebounds. Taking that for more. That's not available on PrizePicks, so I'm going points, rebounds. And then Kyle Kuzma, what I really like of his too is 8.5 rebounds and assists, but that's at 9 on PrizePicks. So I'm going with the assists alone at 2.5. And then let's see, on Better, getting Kuzma's 8.5 assists and rebounds, and then Horford got to go points, rebounds. That's all they're offering on Better right now. And then parlay play, I'm getting what I want for both. I'm going Al Horford over 4.5 rebounds, and then Kyle Kuzma over 8.5 rebounds and assists. So yeah, we can talk briefly about the Jordy got the sweep last night. I fell short. My Tamani Kamara play took him over 15 points, rebounds. He ended up going for 13, so just barely missed there. And then Quentin Grimes took him over 9 rebounds and assists, and he went for 8. So fell short slightly on my end. But let's talk about your sweep, Jordy.
Yeah, so for mine, I took Rudy Gobert over 9 points on PrizePicks and then 9.5. I think everywhere else he went for 10, so he just cashed there. And then we took Scoot Henderson. Like I said, if they just give him enough opportunity, the guy's, obviously really awesome. And we're both big fans of Scoot because he's a lot like a young Westbrook, but, obviously not as talented, but getting there. But he went for 20 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. We took him over 20.5 fantasy scoring, went for 30.4. So feeling good about that one.
Sweet. All right, so let's start breaking down these plays. Before we do, if you want to check out some of the partners that some of the platforms that we're partnered with, all you have to do is use code BACKDOOR on any of our featured platforms. We're with Better, Underdog, and Parlay Play. Those are the featured partners. Use that code BACKDOOR and you'll get hooked up. Parlay Play is going to give you 100% deposit match up to $100 plus a $5 promo slip, and we're going to include a month in our premium Discord for Parlay Play. just email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com. And we will confirm that the code was used. It takes us about 24 hours, even less than that sometimes. So just if you want to take advantage of that, we'll give you a month in the Discord. Then just make sure you email us. And then for better, you're going to get a $200 deposit match and a free pick to help you cash your first slip. Underdog, you'll get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick to help you cash your first slip. All these platforms are really competitive right now. So there's all sorts of goodies that they're dropping every day. So go check it out. Make sure you use code Backdoor. Let's talk about these plays. So this Al Horford play, the rebounds I like at 4.5, but we're not getting that on a whole lot. But if you look at that, this is the 2024 season, 72% hit rate, 21 of 29. It's just looking awesome. Let's take a look at the head-to-head. Only one matchup, and that's from last year, but he still went for 6 in that game. So feeling great about it. Now let's look at the points rebounds that we're getting on PrizePicks and some other platforms. 76% hit rate, 22 out of 29 games. So maybe the points rebounds is the better option regardless, but I like both of them to go over. If we look at this matchup here to centers, it's beautiful. 16th in points allowed, 24th in rebounds allowed. That's why he's been cashing those rebounds every time he matches up against them. It's only one sample size, but it's a super soft matchup, so we love that. Let's take a look at, actually, we don't need the full 2024 season. Let's see what he's been doing lately. We'll zoom into the last 5. So 3 out of his last 5 games, he's cleared this line, going for 14. 14 kind of seems like the magic number, 14 to 16 across the 2024 season, with a couple games where he really popped off. But over this 5-game stretch, 28.9 minutes per game, just 2 fouls, not really getting in foul trouble. Had this one game back here against Indiana where he had 5 fouls. I wonder if that affected his minutes. No, he still got 30 minutes, but other than that, he's not getting in foul trouble as of late. Shooting 29% from the field, so he could improve that for sure. 7.6 attempts per game, 2.2 made buckets. So I expect him to have a better outing than that. But this line at 11.5, if he's good for 5 rebounds, we really only need like 2 or 3 shots, if he's shooting threes. From beyond the arc, we know that he's a better shooter than this, but over this 5-game stretch, he's at 23%. So he needs to clean that up. That being said, he's shooting a lot of threes, 6.2 attempts. So we know most of those are threes that he's aiming for. But 1.4 made threes per game right now over this 5-game stretch, and 9 rebound chances. So I'm loving this play. I like the rebounds. I like the points rebounds. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's see, a little note from Outlier. Okay, yeah, so he's exceeded this 15 out of his last 19 games at home. So he plays even better at home, averaging 15.5 points, rebounds, 79% hit rate. So we're almost at an 80% hit rate for this particular play. We know he got it done in the head-to-head. So yeah, feeling good about that. Also at home, he's actually shooting much better, 44% from the field, shooting a little bit more too, 7.9 attempts, and then 40% from beyond the arc. So that makes me even happier about this play, averaging 2.3 made threes a game when he's playing at home. So looking solid. If we take a look at daily grind, auto corrected to horrors. Now we want Horford. They don't like the points rebounds, so go with your gut. Everything I just saw makes me want to take the play, but they have that favored to the under at a 51.54% odds to hit the under, minus 128. They like the points assists at 8. If you wanted to pivot, 51.23% odds to hit the over there. And then, obviously we're not getting those rebounds alone, so they're not even showing that here for that. But let's move on. Kyle Kuzma. So this is the head-to-head for the assists. He's never not done it against Chicago. So that's one game from last season. He went for 4, and then both times that he's matched up this season, he's gotten it done. He went for 3 on November 26th. In that game, that was even somewhat of a blowout, 127 to 108. Chicago took that one down. And then he went for 5 assists just on New Year's Day, January 1st of this year. And that was a blowout in the opposite direction, 125 to 107. That's pretty wild. So for the first game of the year, 127 to 108 Bulls Second game, 125 to 107. That's pretty wild. And then the Wizards took that one down. But yeah, I think the assists look great. If I can get the rebounds and assists, I like that even better. Only if it's at 8.5, because he's done the same thing. He's cleared it, but he's gotten 10 in both matchups this year for this season. So let's zoom out a little bit. So it doesn't look as good, obviously, for the rebounds and assists if we're looking at just the last 10. So keep that in mind. If that scares you off, it's no sweat. Go with your gut always. But you could also, let's just take a look at the assists alone. Similar situation, a little bit more of a hit rate, but what we're banking on is how well he matches up against Chicago. So we'll go to rebounds and assists. The matchup is so soft. 29th in rebounds allowed, 28th in assists allowed, and that's specifically to power forwards. They're pretty soft on defense regardless, so it's literally the same, 28th and 29th overall as a team, and they don't improve at all when it comes to the power forward position. Averaging 25.6 minutes a game over this 10-game stretch. Let's zoom in a little bit and see what the last 5. So yeah, and I mean, like he's missed this in 4 straight, but he's missed 2 of these games that he missed it by 1 rebound or 1 assist. He would have cashed. So, so 25.9 minutes a game, 0.6 fouls. So playing a very clean game, not getting in foul trouble, 7.8 rebound chances a game over this 5-game stretch, and 4.8 potential assists. We got another note from Outlier we'll take a look at. Oh, look at that. This is for the rebounds and assists. He's cleared it in 17 of his last 19 games versus bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed, averaging 11.9 rebounds and assists a game, 89% hit rate. So loving that. Let's see if they've got a note for just the assists. Let's see. Yeah, pretty similar. 15 out of his last 19 games, he's cleared the assists against bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed. Is that on assists? No, it's on points assists. My bad. Consider that too. Let me pull this one up. All right, so 14 out of his last 17. So he's averaging 4.5 assists per game versus bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed, 82% hit rate in the last 17 games. So I love this play. I love the rebounds and assists, but if it's at 9, I'd rather take the assists alone at 2.5. Let's take a look at daily grind here. So they got the assist favor to go over. They love his first quarter points over 4.5 as the best play, according to Daily Grind, 53.46% odds to hit the over, minus 135. But then the assists are at a 51.78% odds to hit the over, minus 129. So they like that. And they don't like the rebounds and assists at 9. But you can see here too, the Al Horford rebounds we're getting on Underdog. They're not even giving us a full multiplier. It's a 0.94x. Kyle Kuzma, the rebounds and assists, also a 0.94x. So they're leaning towards it hitting. But I like all of these variations personally, even the points rebounds for Al Horford. If you guys want to check out this app Outlier, you can see how I just went through everything. It can help you really dial into the nitty gritty, get into those details that are going to really make or break your play. And you can try it out for free. They cover all these different categories of statistics. You can go to any of these time frames, even way back to 2023. You can look at the head-to-head matchups. And then you've got your specific matchups, which is awesome. Sometimes I like to look for soft spots, like I'll have it set on overall, and then you can go point guard, shooting guard, small forward. Like I can look here and say, okay, shooting guards have a little bit of a tough matchup for assists, even though Chicago is relatively soft against assists in general. Overall, they're actually pretty good against shooting guards. That's the type of stuff that Outlier can help you figure out. And then they've got injury reports, which is clutch. And then the insights tab is awesome. Just all these insights about plays that they think statistically look good to go over or under. They give you a little note about it, and then they point you in the direction of that prop on that platform. So super awesome app. Go check it out. Try it out for free. You don't need a code. Just sign up through the Outlier link below and they will hook you up. All right, Jordy.
All right. Yeah. So to get me into mine here, I've got Gary Trent Jr. to start here. Feeling really good about Gary Trent. He's gone over this in 24 out of 34 games this season. He's hit this in 2 out of 4 of the head-to-heads. Tonight we've got a couple people as a game time decision. So we've got Giannis, a game time decision, Lillard, Middleton, and Ryan Rollins. I don't know who that is, but Middleton, Lillard, and Giannis are probably all going to play through their injury. Obviously, some of them might miss. You never know. It's been kind of hard to nail down these injuries with the game time decision tags. It feels like everybody has one, and then they're either going to play or they're not going to play right before the game starts. It's just kind of hard to tell. So we'll see if any of them end up playing. If they all do, I still like this play. He's been hitting this just fine with all of them playing anyway. He's getting about 20 to 22 minutes per game, depending on how he's playing. But he scores a lot, like, while he's in the game. I mean, dude on 23 minutes scored 17 points against Toronto, against San Antonio last night. He scored 14 points in 21 minutes. So 7.5, I feel like, is a really good value of a line. Just for him to get to 8 points doesn't seem like that hard. So decent matchup. 11th in points allowed. Obviously, Orlando's a little bit tough defensively, but I'm not really stressing this. I think he can get it done. His points are a minus 124 to go over and a 51.37% chance on the odds for daily grind. So feeling good about Gary Trent in this matchup. I think he can get this done, no problem. So going to be taking him for over 7.5 points where we can get that. 8 is probably like the highest I'd go. Just higher chance of a push there. But for Jaylen Brown, this first half fantasy score looks awesome. He's gone over this 23 out of 30 games this season. This is why I love first half stuff, because it's going to be really rare that you find a play that you're getting 23 out of a 30% win rate on this and it not being a goblin if it's a full play. That's just really hard to find. So for his first half fantasy score, 23 out of 30 games, that's a good value. Last time he played against Sacramento, he went for 24 fantasy score in the first half, so he matches up well against them. If we take a look at the matchup here for him, small forward, 16th in points allowed, 24th in rebounds, 10th in assists. So he's got a decent matchup. Last time he played them for his full game, he went for 28 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So he went for 39 PRA. That's why I do like the full points as well at 21.5. He went for 28 last time he played them. I don't think 22 points is that tough for Jaylen Brown to achieve there. None of them are on the injury list. The only person who is confirmed out for this game tonight is De'Aaron Fox on the side of the Kings. So I like Jaylen Brown to go over that 21.5 points line, but my favorite play is this first half fantasy score at 17.5. So that's going to be what I'm playing there. If we look at Jaylen Brown's odds for his points here, let's just take a look. His points are, let's see, let me type in his full name. Where are your points at, bro? Okay, so he's a minus 121 to go over the points. So they do like the points to go over as well at 21.5. So liking that a lot. That's going to be the two plays I'm taking for today. You can see here that he's exceeded this in 4 of his last 5 games with the fantasy score. Pace factor, we got 15th in pace with the Sacramento Kings versus 8th in pace with Boston. They've picked up the pace a lot this year, and they're playing a lot faster. So I do like it. I think it looks good. So these are going to be the two plays I'm running. If you guys want to check out Daily Grind, go to dgfantasy.com and use code BACKDOOR, and they're going to give you 25% off of whatever your first purchase is. So however long you want to lock that in, they'll give you that 25% off. It's awesome. It helps you cash more. It definitely helps us vet our plays and find plays. So you can see I pull up Jaylen Brown, but if I take him away, they're just going to show you all the top plays on the board for the games upcoming on Sunday, Saturday football, today for basketball. So if you want to take a look at some of these and pause the video, you can, but definitely go check it out for yourself. Use that code BACKDOOR for that 25% off. And then if you guys want to check out Chalkboard, they're another DFS platform like PrizePicks or Underdog, but they have a ton of alt lines and they're really good alt lines. So you can take a play like Jaylen Brown and bump this up to like 32.5 or 34.5 and get a higher multiplier on it, or bump him down to like 28.5 or 29.5 PRA and see if you like it there. So it's awesome. They have really competitive lines too, so you're getting really good multipliers and payouts on all of your lines, and you can make total YOLOs or play it safe and pair it with one of their like 6 specials that they run minimum. Sometimes they run way more than that, so it's pretty fun over there. Definitely go check it out. Use code BACKDOOR for that 100% match up to $100 and a free play to help you cash your first slip. But that's going to cover it all for me, and I'll pass it back to Russo.
All right. Well, if you want to come join our Discord community, you can use that parlay play promo, and make sure you use code BACKDOOR and shoot us an email at bdfantasysports@gmail.com, and we will get you hooked up. If you are already on parlay play or you're not looking to sign up for another platform, you can join just through Patreon. So Patreon manages our subscriptions, $12.99 a month. It's less than 50 cents a day. Just covers everything that we're trying to provide for you guys. And it's a good way to support the channel if you enjoy the show. But yeah, you sign up through Patreon, you go into the settings on Patreon, and then there's a connected apps option in the menu bar. You can log into your Discord right there, and they will get you all hooked up with our community. If you want to follow us on our socials, this is actually mine. Let me go to DFS. It's just at BackdoorFS, and that's for TikTok, Instagram, X. We are posting a decent amount of stuff on here, but it's everything's evolving. Jordy and I have our own channels now, but there's still a lot of content that we're providing on our socials if you want to come follow us. And then don't forget to go follow our new channels at Jordy BDFS. Jordy's got plays up for today on there already. And then it's just at JRusso BDFS. Those are our channels. I've got some plays up as well. So yeah, make sure you go subscribe and be on the lookout for the NFL video, because we got to crank out some NFL picks here soon, because we got football starting tomorrow, right? Saturday?
Yep.
Wild card weekend, baby. So yeah, we're super pumped about it. So we'll try to get that video out to you as soon as we can. But guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show. Thank you for all the support. We really appreciate you. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Good luck, guys.